Okay, so you say Ed fit the part, and you're a
Yeah.
musician, but okay, I can't. We've gotten 45 minutes into this without mentioning the lead singer of Van Halen. And what were your? I'm just curious as to your impressions of him and what Eddie thought of him because they're yin and yang. They it's like Jagger and Richards. They need each other
Absolutely.
they need to feed off each other. What were your impressions of this lead singer, David Lee Roth, and what he brought to the mix?
I only ever met Dave. Well, I probably met him,
Well, what about on that first show? When you met Eddie, you saw their show at the whiskey that night.
I what I thought of him as a performer. Oh, okay. Well, I can tell you, and this is going to bring the wrath of a lot of people down, though I write about it in the book. I couldn't understand it. I thought, here's this unbelievable guitar player, and there's this guy up there, and I just couldn't get it. I interviewed Jim Dandy from Black Oak several times. Black Oak, somehow they were opening for like every band around town at the Hollywood Palladium. I think they were opening at the Whiskey. I mean, they didn't open for Van Halen, but they opened for a lot of bands. And I'd interviewed Jim Dandy, I think, a couple of times. I'd seen him several times, and I thought it's Jim Dandy, but it's not as good. I didn't think he was a very good singer. I thought he was a front guy. I mean, he was athletic and he moved around. Um, I just thought he was a little clownish, but I came to realize that he filled that role that Edward was incapable of doing, which is the front guy. Obviously, Edward wasn't going to sing. So Ed was a pretty good singer, and he did sing in earlier bands, but he wasn't going to be a lead singer. That's not what he wanted to do. And when I heard Dave on the first record, and I write about it, I just I didn't get it. I didn't think Dave was that good of a singer. And again, I tried to you know describe why I felt that way because again, I was from an earlier generation, and I was used to hearing, you know, Stevie Winwood and Gary Brooker from Procol Harum and Roger Daltrey and Jack Bruce. Um, these astonishingly great singers. And not that Dave had to be this incredible singer, but it just never hit me. And as I was alluding to, I met Dave a few times, and he was a very genial guy, very very bright guy, a bright Jewish guy. I mean, he was a smart guy. He was clever. He was quick. And people got off on that. And obviously, I missed what everybody else understood because they all embraced Dave. Very rarely would you hear somebody say, God, man, I love Van Halen, but I don't care for Dave. You rarely heard that. So, and I came to realize that Dave was an important part of that. Dave had a lot to do with, the graphics and the look and the videos. And that's crucial. All those lyrics, all those melodies are Dave. So I can't take anything away from the guy on that level. Yeah, but they were yin and yang, you know.